Okay.
UFC 312 post-fight reaction. Sean Strickland versus DDP 2. I got the homie Vom with me. What's up, doggy?
What's up, player?
Hey, let me get the air horn for you. DJ MTK, West Coast Radio, the MMA Homie Podcast. We if you unless you're not part of this community, the UFC MMA, you had to have known DDP fucking dominated Sean Strickland. Am I right?
It was a complete domination, complete
So
destruction.
the lead into the podcast, and shout out to the HC, the
Homie chat.
homie chat, bang bang. And then we heard the reaction of Sean Strickland's coach. We'll get into that as well. But I know we kind of did a pre-recording, but on this, your first reaction was,
My first reaction was how easy DDP was able to basically steamroll Sean
mhm.
Strickland and how unimpressed I was with Sean Strickland's game plan coming into this rematch. I think everyone was saying you got to switch something up. You can't be the same cookie cutter Sean Strickland. And that's exactly what we saw, that cookie cutter Sean Strickland. That change in camp didn't help him out. We heard, like you said, from his coaches, they're um,
His
how
coach straight
disgruntled they
threw
were.
him under the bus
His coach straight, I mean, that's the
on
definition of
Ariel
throwing
Today
someone
show.
under the bus. Yeah.
Bro,
And better
look,
believe Sean Strickland's going to have something to say.
I'm interested to see what he does say. What can you say?
I think there's a lot that you can say.
Well,
One, I mean, new camp. Two, that level of disrespect that you have for putting dirty laundry out like that, just
yeah,
airing out dirty,
yeah.
that's not only coach and fighter dirty laundry, but also um, team,
Hmm.
gym dirty laundry. And that
Hmm.
shit stank.
Yeah,
That's some
yeah.
stanky ass shit he did.
And just to kind of recap, this was number two. It was a championship fight in Sydney, Australia. Shout out to MMA Alien. He was at the event. The homie over there.
Homie.
From start to finish, DDP dominated him from start to finish in every aspect of the game. Once he broke his nose, I think people, and I think this is why people get a little pissed off with Sean Strickland. He's so hyped at the press conference, at media day. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna fucking fight. I'm gonna fucking die in there for you, motherfuckers. Brings up all this other fucking bullshit about whatever and whatever and whatever and whatever and whatever. I mean, he has, and then when you go in there, your performance doesn't live up to what's that expression? You wrote a check your mouth couldn't
Your
cash,
mouth can't cash. Yep.
and so that's the result. And I think that's why everybody's like, "Come on, dog, where
Yeah,
was
people are
that
tired of his shit. People are tired of his screen
antics?"
presence and his
Yes,
antics, his words, his divisiveness, and they're like, if you're gonna beat all that, you might as well show out in the octagon. And people are tired of that too. And not just people, but there's betters, people that actually put money on Sean Strickland. They gotta be pissed. But it's the product that you're getting, and everybody's seeing it on national TV.
mm-hmm,
It's just Wheaties, man. That's
mm-hmm,
it. Just
mm-hmm.
nasty
It,
ass
it,
fiber.
and we said this before, and I think we both picked DDP. I really thought the reason why I picked DDP. And shout out to everybody listen to the our predictions and analysis on YouTube, and shout out to all the homies fucking with us. The reason is, and we said this earlier, Sean has two or three things really good in his arsenal, in his tool belt. You know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the Philly shell. You're gonna get elite jabs, and with the
And the
team,
front kick, the teep kick, yeah.
right. So you DDP knew this going in, and he got the same thing. He got the same exact Sean Strickland, and he just said, "Okay, I'm gonna beat you at this then," and he did. He beat you at it. He changed.
And
He go
and the changes that DDP made were subtle.
right,
If you looked at the two fights, I mean, it would be hard almost to see the difference of what each of them were doing.
right.
But DDP, you could tell in his timing, he changed his timing where Sean Strickland did not. And so it was easy for DDP to avoid shots and to hit and to land shots.
And it's like what we said too, when you play the Mike Tyson game on Nintendo and you pick a character and you got one character or Mortal Kombat or what's the other one too? Haruga.
Oh,
Street
Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Yeah, every character has a specialty, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying, all right, I'm gonna run with this guy. And when you get Sean Strickland, you know his specialty of what you're gonna get. And I think DDP said, okay, I've seen this. I know how to counter this. I know how to attack this. And if you go back, and we're not even bringing up the broken nose, to me, it's all the things he does. It's the kicks. It's the spinning back fist. It's the takedown attempts. It's the awkwardness. DDP has 4 or 5 things in his arsenal, including his cardio, his to keep going forward. What'd you say? He kept going forward, right?
Yeah, he actually pushed Strickland backwards.
Right. He's pushing
where
him.
we normally see Strickland the one walking people down.
Right, walking people.
And
exactly.
when Strickland was trying to walk him down, we see Duplessis not standing in front of him, also not backing up, but circling. So it starts changing Strickland's footwork.
Too. Yes.
And so Strickland has to reset, and we know that, like you said, he loves to spam that jab, just right? Just spams that jab. And, that works for the first fight, but the second one, you're going to make adjustments.
And if you look at the stats, DDP beat him in all the stats this time.
It was clear. There was no ambiguity to this one.
So we said this earlier. Where does Sean Strickland go from here? And we'll bring up a little bit of Ariel Helwani's interview with his coach. I mean, his coach pretty much says, I want to coach champions. And for me right there, that was a huge red flag to say on a huge, interview with a lot of eyes. Yeah, a huge platform within that community. And what Sean's really thinking right now, like, how do you go back to that coach who really did throw you on the bus? We said earlier, you aired out all that dirty laundry. You don't need to say all that, even if you think it, even if you feel it, because it is a bad look. That's like us, all doing our shit in a podcast, and then it's like, oh well, but Ray did this, or MMA Fool did this, or DJ MTK did this. Like, no, dog, let's don't bring that shit all up in here and shit. And so
it was dirty on so many levels.
Yeah, it's like when DJ you guys found DJ MTK and TJ at the strip club at 6 a.m, and then it's like, bro, let's keep that on the TL. And the first thing that comes
and then drop the video on Twitter.
DJ MTK with the torta.
Oh shit. Damn.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Red Wolf. But no, that it was just foul, bro. It was hella foul.
Yeah, that was really bad. That was bad taste. You got to keep that in house.
Yeah.
You got to address that with the fighter. You got to have team meetings.
Right.
You got to try to build a better way.
And here's the thing. So where does Sean go from here? I think we both agreed. Izzy, the rematch.
Izzy. Yeah, the rematch got to happen. It'd be a fun fight to watch too.
It would, and for just both of their careers, because I truly feel like Sean Strickland's going to become a gatekeeper.
He's going to become already getting there.
Yeah, but he's already he's a good gatekeeper though. He's a good guy to have at that number 5 spot. Like, if you can beat this style in Street Fighter, you deserve to go to the next level, the next boss.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
No, for sure. And we do need gatekeepers. I just don't think we need gatekeepers at number 10, right? Keep him at number 5 up there. He's one of the higher bosses.
Right, he's a higher boss because each in a different style you have to go through. If you can beat this style, all right, you deserve to kind of go to that next boss. So I believe there's gatekeepers at the 5 and at the 10 and at the 15.
Yeah,
you got your Neil Magny's, right? You got your Gilbert Burns.
100%, bro.
So
100%.
We know what we're talking about here. So, all right, yeah, I like it. A Hunter, Dana, clip this bitch. Nina may be the reason of all this shit too. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to throw her homegirl under the bus either, but Sean needs to get off all this social media.
He spent a lot of time with her. Yeah.
It's not her. It's the game of social media. like creating these
Exactly.
clips, and I'm even glad Sean O'Malley kind of stepped back a little bit. Like, I think too many of these guys are getting too caught up in all this shit. Where it's like, bro, do you want to be a fucking legend at this shit, or do you want to be a social media fucking influencer? Like,
Exactly.
what do you really want?
Exactly.
Like, what do you really want?
Yeah, there's a level of like, well, what are you doing to brand yourself? Like, what
Right.
and like you said earlier, sometimes people are trying to cash checks, or trying to write checks their mouth can't cash.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to write a lot of checks with his mouth, but he hasn't been able to cash them in the octagon lately.
No, and that goes back to all his antics of why people are so like, you know, upset with him. Like, bro, like, come on, dog. Like, keep that same energy though. Don't do
Well,
all
it's
of
because he
this.
talks so much shit, so much
Yeah.
vile, divisive shit too.
Yes.
People wanted
Yes.
to see his ass get whooped this
Yes.
weekend.
Yes. And so yeah, you have all that energy during the media day, during the press conference, and then you get this result. Lackluster.
Yeah, to say the least.
Right. And you're the one all bloodied up. Like you didn't
Busted.
even yeah, you didn't even like really you damage him, but you really damage him.
Bro, I mean, you would expect to land some and to give another guy a black eye or something after a 5-round fight, but the reality is this DDP fucked him
Yeah,
up,
you never yeah,
caused him to get surgery.
there was never a moment in that fight where DDP was like, "Oh shit."
Never,
Right. Right. So
never.
yeah, so I think easy at DDP next. Now going into the co-main, Weili showed us why she's champ. She did.
100%
She
champ.
she left no doubts. She beat
Not a
Tatiana,
single doubt.
and she beat Tatiana at her own game.
Man, we do got to talk a little bit about that cut.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
cut happened early. I'm sure it did limit her movement, and props to Tatiana for going 5 rounds with that nasty ass gash. I know that I would have quit a lot
Oh
earlier.
yeah, because you're
But
always on the
Whaley,
ground too. You're always like on the
oh
on the
man,
mat and
and
shit. Like
and it's bending all the time. Every movement
yeah,
that you're making, it's
she's a
it's
warrior for sure. She's a warrior
straight
for
up warrior, straight up
being a
warrior.
warrior.
But
Being a warrior.
Whaley just showed that there's levels to this championship shit.
Levels. Yeah, there's levels to this shit. There's levels to
You
this shit.
know,
I agree
the
with that.
fact that she's the number one striker now in the strawweight division and basically usurped the number one grappler in that division because Tatiana's huge for that
Yeah.
division. But if you notice them legs, they were chicken legs. She sort of needs to work on developing a base. And I think that she was able to ragdoll her competition throughout her career with her upper body
Hmm.
and Whaley's, center of gravity is much lower. Her abilities are much higher now.
And it's almost like too. It's like okay, I now get to see up close and personal someone that's better at this than me, and prove to her that she was a lot. Not yeah, she was a level above her. She just was
I
in the
know that
striking and on the
Tatiana,
ground.
oh, in the striking for sure. And I think everybody knew this, that there's no way that Tatiana could hang striking. But that is the issue, right? If you can't hang striking, then the only reliance that you have is a pure dominance in
On the
grappling and
ground.
the ability to take her down and control, which she was not able to do. Now, I know in the back of her mind, she's going to say, I know that I could have done better. I could have been stronger had I not had that cut.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah,
think
of
that
course.
regardless, Whaley I think we've seen
I think
Whaley's evolution in the ground game to such a level that we're seeing her now use it as an offense, where
I c-
before she
and
would
I
just accept position.
and I kind of think they may have pushed Tatiana a little bit too soon. Just a little bit
Well,
too
she
soon.
beat
I
everybody,
get it.
that they
I
put in
get it.
front of her.
And so, it's
But you're right. She should have had a tune-up fight.
yeah, a tune-up fight. And then I thought too about the ring rust. And you said, hey, like I said before, you swayed me to change my to Tatiana, but then we really saw that no, Whaley is the champ. That's why she is the champ. It would be interesting to see, like the Grasso. I'd watch that.
I want to see Shevchenko.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
I
saying.
want to
Oh
see.
no, Shevchenko. I'm sorry, Shevchenko. I'm thinking Grasso in my back of my head, but
Yeah,
no,
I want to see.
Shevchenko.
Yeah,
Shevchenko, yeah.
Valentina and Weili go at it. Now the question is who's going to go up, who's going to go down? Are they going to meet in the
So
middle
what?
at
What?
125?
Okay, so Shevchenko's 125,
He's
Weili's 115.
125, but also fights at 135
So but
too, right?
Weili's
She can go up
115.
115.
Okay,
So
okay.
the obvious would be, for Weili
Weili
to
to
move
move
up,
up. Yeah,
right? Because she's probably could even make that weight without cutting much,
right. Now
you
I think that
know,
would be a good test for her, just as a competitor.
as a martial
That
artist. Yeah.
yes, that's a good. And in the fight, and the money will be there. The fans want to see it. You can hype it up. A double champion in a women's division, and that's what that kind of that's what that the women's need right now. They need something like that. There's a
They
lot of
need
good.
something legit, and
Yeah,
that's a legit
that is
fight
a
right
legit.
there.
Yeah, no, no, that's a. All right, last words, homie. Last words.
Last words, man. I didn't hate this card. I didn't love it. I think it started out strong. I loved the knockout of the poor MMA that Indian guy,
Oh yeah, but
Jubilee.
first fight,
Man, I
first
felt
first
a little
prelim fight, first
felt a little
prelim
bit
fight.
bad for the guy, man, and for Indian MMA. But Wang Kong
He had a
did her
billion
thing
people
against
on his
Bruno Brazil.
shoulders. He had a billion
A
people on his
billion
shoulders.
motherfucking people on his shoulders, and he disappointed every single one of them.
All those
God
motherfuckers.
bless Indian MMA. But Wang Kong doing her thing, beating
Yeah,
Fight
got back in
Nurse,
it.
Bruna Brazil.
Got
She
back in
looked
there.
great.
She
She
did.
looked really good. I think she erased any doubt that she had over her loss from Fernandez. Good to see her back in the win column. Um, yeah, overall, won the Fighters
Oh
League pick,
yeah.
so
Oh
that
yeah,
makes me
Vaughn.
extremely
Oh
happy.
man,
Back-to-back wins.
Vaughn's 2-0. Vaughn is 2-0 to start off the year. That's all right. We see you, bro. We see you, doggy. We see you. Also, I want to be able to Toporia's Ilya Toporia's the older brother.
Ah, Alexandra, he
Forgot
looked
about
good
that.
too, bro.
Yeah, he did look really good. I have to admit, he really
He looked
did.
like he was playing with his food.
He looked like he belongs.
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
lot of times you have brothers, and they're like, oh, the older brother. They're
A
like,
la Herbert Burns,
a lot,
where you
bro.
got Gilbert
There's
holding
so
his
many
brother.
in every sports, NBA, NFL. There's always that, like, all right, but your bro is like the one though, dog. So no, he really held his own, and I'm excited to see what they do with him next, because if he puts on some more good performances, we're gonna it's gonna be exciting for him to see.
Um,
Also,
is he uh Mozart Evloev's weight class?
that's a good
If
question.
he is, I would love to see those two scrap.
So we're playing a little matchmaker. We're playing a little matchmaker.
Hmm.
So we play. Hey, we said Sean,
And
Izzy,
Izzy,
uh,
Valentina, Weili,
Weili. Now
Alex,
DDP. Hold on, but DDP
DDP,
gets Hamza or
DDP
Imavov. Who do you got?
Hamzat, brother.
Okay, you want
Hamzat.
that one?
That's a bigger draw. Yeah, DDP Hamzat. That's the one I think people want to see.
Where do you? And so that would that be after Ramadan? Because Hamzat's a
Yeah,
Muslim.
bro.
International Fight Week or something like
Kamzat.
that.
Yeah, let Kamzat. Oh fuck yeah, let Kamzat. Do. I hate when Muslim fighters fight during Ramadan.
Yeah,
You
be
know.
100%. Be 100%. So what? Who would you
Yeah,
just off first like? Hey, where would you go with that?
like venue.
No, no. Who do you got?
Oh,
Ooh, Vaughn's Vaughn's silent.
bro, Kamzat looks like a beast.
He does. I see. I think if DDP can